So Portimao has finally been added to F1 2021, and so I thought today we would have a look around this track and see how fun it is to drive and how difficult it is to drive around this twisty, pretty much roller coaster of a circuit. And at the end of the video, we even tried a race against the AI to see how they do around the circuit, so make sure to stick around for that. Enjoy the video. Right, so let's get straight into this. So this is my first ever quote-unquote lap around the circuit, and also my first time playing F1 2021 in a few weeks, and after playing Gran Turismo, so my muscle memory is a bit off. You can see my steering wheel, my steering is not that smooth, but don't worry, it will improve across the video. It's just for the first lap here. So through the first corner, fast right-hander, you can see I mess it up slightly there, and then coming into this hairpin here. Now this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky. This circuit I found very tricky, especially at the rear. Here, because of the way it's elevated up and then it flats out, it's really easy to just suddenly lose the rear of the car once you get to the top of the mini hill here, and that just happened to me. You can see how I lost the car there. And then there's this hairpin here. Now this hairpin is relatively easy compared to the rest of the corners, especially with traction control because it's going up, so traction not really much of a problem here. And traction seems to be a theme of this video, especially this upcoming corner here. Now I haven't messed it up here, or at least not too much. I managed to catch it, but the amount of times I have lost the rear going up that hill is ridiculous. It is extremely difficult, that corner. And the middle section of the track here is also quite tricky, especially this corner as well as the last corner. We'll get to that in a bit, but the idea is, and definitely avoid the curb there, by the way. Do not touch any of the sausage curbs. Instant spin if you do. But the thing is, the way they're elevated, you can lose the rear of the car very easily, and you won't even notice it until you want to straighten out the car, and then you just see the rear just fly off. And once again, I messed up traction control here. I'm not quite used to traction control at this point after, you know, like I said, coming from Gran Turismo for like a couple of weeks and haven't even touched this game in a while. So my traction control is a bit off, and as I said, I always play with 0 assists.
2,000 years later.
So that was the first ever lap I had around Portimao. Now this is my fastest lap. This is actually the following day from the previous clip, and this is the best lap I have managed to set. It wasn't the best lap, but we're gonna use it as a track guide for now. So through the first corner, 5th or 6th gear. I like to go 5th for extra balance or extra control. Through the hairpin, probably into 2nd gear, use the track on the exit. Over here, be very careful with the throttle, and do not get off the white line because that will be your lap uncounted or disqualified. The hairpin here, as I mentioned, quite easy. Probably just stick it in 2nd gear or short shift into 2nd gear if you need. Over here, just easy flat. Here, just one downshift once, preferably into 6th gear. Not much on the braking. 2nd gear through here, and be very patient on the throttle and use all the curb on the exit because, as I said, it's very easy to lose the car there. Through here, the rest before was completely flat. Into here through 4th or 3rd gear, early on the throttle. Over here, just be careful, minimal steering input so you don't lose the rear of the car. Through 2nd gear into this 3rd to final corner. Into the 2nd final corner, you go into 3rd gear. Try and stay clear of the curbing, but then use all the curb on the exit. Once again, do not go off the white line or you will get a penalty. Here I actually made a mistake and touched the curb. You can do it, but it's very risky. You can easily lose the rear of the car if you do so. Activate DRS, and that was my lap, 18.7. Not the best of laps, but that's the best that I could do within 2 days. Then I decided to try out a race against the AI, just to test how the AI is around here, because normally the AI is either very slow or very quick. And you can see I actually purposely got a bad start there, and I messed it up. But I purposely got a bad start there to try and do some more overtaking. The AI is set to 70 here, so it's not exactly the fastest. I just wanted to have fun within the race as I send it down the inside of 3 other cars. And this is where skill really comes into play. I mean, just look at that. Dive bombing 2 cars to the hairpin here as you go side by side with Kimi Räikkönen. Quite a risky maneuver here with the throttle. And I will admit, I did use flashbacks quite a bit during this race. I have cut them out though. And over here, just look at that. Dive bombing 4 cars at once. Some Jarno Opmeer right in front of you here. World's best F1 2021 player. As we go through the right-hander here. Fernando Alonso ahead of us. And I've messed it up this corner. This is what I was talking about with how easy it is to mess up that corner, and I used the flashback there, especially with the dirty air from the cars ahead. Super easy to mess up the corner. In terms of setup, I just put as much downforce as I can on the car, to be honest, because of just how tricky it is to manage the traction controller on the circuit and suddenly losing the rear, especially the rear. You just need a lot of things on the rear. As we sanded on the inside of Fernando Alonso, quite neat move there. This is probably a pretty okay overtaking opportunity, the third to last corner. If you have a good run and you're much faster and you're brave on the brakes, you can probably go for a move there. But I'd say the best place to go for a move is either the first corner or the hairpin, which I believe is turn 5, I think. So on the back of Carlos Sainz here, something happened with the recording. I'm not sure what happened there. There was a bit of a cut there with the recording and it skipped the overtake. So I'm sorry for that. I don't think it's the first time that happened at F1 2021. And now sticking behind Lance Stroll as we go into the hairpin. This is the corner I'm talking about. This is probably the best overtaking opportunity of the lap because, you know, there's a long straight behind it and it's a deep braking zone. And I send it down the inside of Lance Stroll. Once again, AI set to 70. Nothing really too, you know, impressive with these overtakes. And through Norris, similar to what we did with Fernando Alonso there. So the AI, I will say it is actually pretty quick. Keep in mind that I am in the Mercedes, which is a very fast car. So the AI definitely on the fast side of the AI through here. And you can see I'm trying to overtake Pierre Gasly, but because he has the slipstream, he's easily going to be able to overtake me there, and also because I'm running low on battery at that point. So the AI also quite aggressive here. If they see an opportunity, they will go for a move, as we bang wheels with Pierre Gasly there. And so skipping forward a little bit later, we managed to catch up to Lewis Hamilton, our teammate here, and once again send it down the inside. Very late lunge there. Best lunge of the year. So now we put our attention to Sergio Perez though, who's going to be our next victim in the circuit. Let's see if we can get a podium. I think we were P15 at the start of this, so maybe aim for a podium. I think that'll be pretty clear. This is the final lap though. And as we go through the fast left-hander leading into the slow right-hander, does this count as a hairpin? I'm not sure what these corners count as. You can see Hamilton now. It's trying to go for a move. We'll have a look at the replay in that in just a moment. But you can see Hamilton just kind of send it down the inside on the exit, and he touched his front wheel. There was plenty of space, so I don't think that was my fault. But yeah, Hamilton just goes for a bit of a random move, spins the car. As I said, AI quite aggressive around here. And not much happened to the end of the race. We didn't even manage to catch Sergio Perez, but we do keep it on the podium, which is nice. Lando Norris also P4, absolutely epic. And this circuit though, main attraction of the video, definitely one of the best circuits at F1 2021. It is incredibly fun to drive, but at the same time incredibly difficult to drive. But once you get the hang of it, it's just a ton of fun. It's like driving a roller coaster really. But that's going to be the end of this video. If you guys have enjoyed, make sure to like the video and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.